Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. This is my mom. You may recognize her from the last episode, but she's actually about to have a birthday coming up soon. So I was looking at her and realized that she may die at any time. So we should probably record some videos, which we all might die at any time. But today we're doing the very long awaited for sprout video. So this video we're going to be discussing how you can grow your own sprouts and how sprouts are some of the most nutritionally dense foods in the world.
They are the most nutritionally dense food on the planet.
Or in the world. And this is a wonderful, beautiful tray. This is purple kohlrabi, and this is French garden. And the French garden has clover, arugula, cress, radish, fenugreek, and dill. And this is really, really delicious. So is this. But these are things, you can put these, you can eat them just straight up by the handful. You can put them on salads, you can put them on sandwiches, you can put them in smoothies.
Yeah.
Really any way to incorporate these into your normal everyday consumption of food would be huge. It will make you live longer, run faster, jump higher. Not medical claims, but this is our experience. So Mom, go ahead and get started with how do we make these? How do we grow sprouts?
So these trays I got years ago, and they come with 3 of these, this size. I also have a smaller size. Unfortunately, they're no longer available. I like my sprouts to stand up and turn green. They sell a lot of cups that you can grow sprouts in that they're just in the cup and they don't stand up. But I like them like this. And these are available on Amazon. You can get 2 of them for about $40, and you just put a plate underneath it and a plate over top of it to cover them. So anyway, what the process is that you have to first soak your seeds. I buy my seeds from sproutpeople.org. They have really high quality seed that germinates at a rate that I haven't found in other companies' seeds. So that's where I like to buy.
So we're not sponsored by them, but sproutpeople.org would be our recommendation for a place to buy really good seeds.
It's one of the places, yes. And
one of many.
And I like to buy mixes. You can also buy straight,
Individuals.
like the purple kohlrabi is a straight mix. And this size tray, through trial and error, I have decided that just over a tablespoon of seed in each side. So I put one of
not quite heaping, but like just a little tiny heap.
Because of this size tray, you don't want them to be overcrowded, and you know.
To give you an idea of the size of the tray, I don't know, they're probably, what do you think, 7 inches by 4 inches or so? It's a pretty good size.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good size tray. This one's probably 7 inches around, I would think. And it's just got like, I think it's stainless steel. Yeah, 6 or 7.
So that is the Italian blend that I just put in this jar.
Which the Italian blend has clover, garlic, and cress.
And it's very tasty. I got some more seeds coming from them. They should be here any time. I'm sad they're not here today, so I could grow some.
Oh, they might have showed up. Was it UPS?
I don't know.
They just showed up. Let me go check.
But this is more of the French garden mix. This is going in this other jar. And then we just put water in the jars, and
how much water do you put in the jar?
Just fill up the jar with water. You know, they don't have to be very deep or anything.
So halfway would be good, or
no? I fill it about
about 3/4, almost full. Okay.
Yeah, and then just swirl it around a little bit, get the seeds soaking, and I leave them soak for 8 hours, approximately 8 hours. Some of them can go at 6 hours, and some of them go 10. But
how do you find out how long? Do they tell you?
I just look up individual types of seed. If I have an individual type of seed, I'll look it up. But
what's the downside to over soaking? So say it said 6.
I don't think that you can really over soak them unless you leave them in there for days or something.
So like 12 hours would be a safe bet.
I like them to soak them overnight often. So I'll just put them in before I go to bed, and then in the morning I dump them in the trays and start the growing process.
Okay, and the growing process we will show you once these soak. So
Right.
we'll be back.
Just takes a few days to get to this, which is pretty lush and
And only takes
provides
a
a
few
lot
days.
of people, most people, a lot of meals out of that. Dan, he can polish off a tray of those in a couple of
I can
days.
do it in one sitting
So
right
that's
now,
why I'm
easily.
growing him another tray starting today.
I was going to say it only takes a few days to polish off a tray. I mean, you don't have to eat an entire tray in one sitting. It'd probably be best to spread it out, but to each their own. Another thing too, I will say, dollar for dollar, this is by far, hands down, the most bang for your buck you're going to find. As far as like nutrition, raw food, fresh food, living food, like you're not going to be able, especially.
And if there's ever a food shortage, if you have your seeds on hand, you're never going to go hungry.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory, but either way, get you some sprouts, and we'll show you step 2 in a little bit. All right, welcome back. We have been soaking these seeds now for about 6 or 8 hours. You can see the water has turned kind of a nice urine yellow. And now we're just going to take them and you'll see Mom dumping them in the tray here.
One thing I learned this winter was that our water normally doesn't run very cold around here because it's in a above ground tank and it stays pretty warm. But this winter the water got really cold for a while, and I was rinsing sprouts and they were wilting real badly, so that I had to kind of throw them away. And I finally realized it was the water temperature.
So we want to make sure that the water temperature isn't really, really cold when you rinse these. And then once you get them in the tray, as you can see, Mom's just going to kind of
You rinse them.
spread them out by using the water.
I
Rinse
think
them and spread them out.
There's certain substances that you rinse off when you rinse the seeds, and there are things that we prefer not to ingest, apparently.
Okay. So then we're just going to rinse them just like this for the next, what is it? Well, you cover them, right? So we have the lid here. And if you don't have a lid and you're using one of
The mesh.
the mesh stainless over here, I'll show you this one here. If you're using this one, you'll want to cover it with a plate. So Mom usually puts a plate underneath and then a plate on top, and then you rinse them and see how she's just draining the water out.
You have to drain them once they get going. You have to really drain them pretty nicely so they don't get all rotten.
And you want to rinse them twice a day, like every 12 hours?
I rinse them in the morning and I rinse them in the evening, yep, twice a day.
And it only takes about 3 days before they look like what we saw earlier?
I'd say that was probably the fourth day.
Fourth day, okay. And then the third day is when you want to put them under a light. So take the lid off. And you can use natural sunlight, or we have a light.
I would never put them in direct sunlight.
Okay.
Just indirect sunlight.
Okay.
Or under a grow light, which is what I use. And
we'll put a link in the description below just to show you guys the light though real quick. Orchid peek out in the orchid. She's got a whole greenhouse of orchids out there. Maybe we'll do another video. But the grow light is right here. And I think, was this just an Amazon purchase, Mom?
it was.
Okay. And I think initially she bought that to grow marijuana, but just kidding.
It's illegal in Georgia.
It's
I would
illegal in
never
Georgia.
do that.
She would never do that. But, you know, she puts the sprouts underneath that light for, what is it, about 12 hours or so, and that greens them right up?
Yeah, just for the day, you know, like they do have a circadian rhythms as well.
Right.
So I try not to put them under the lights at night or anything like that. I just...
Right. Okay, great. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Get your sprouts on and enjoy.
These are my little trays. This is Dan's size tray. This is my size tray. And both my husband and I eat out of this tray. So
Nice.
we just don't eat them as fast as he does.
All right, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as we're going to be doing some more recipe videos coming up very soon. I think the next one we're going to be doing is going to be a cracker recipe, macadamia nut cashew cracker recipe. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys. See you later.
Bye.